So we are here with Andrew, right? Andrew was right.
Yep, Andrew.
So we found Michael Beard. He says you guys got to interview Andrew also. He says he built a car about 50 years too late from a guy too young. Tell us a little bit about this demon here.
So this is a 71 Dodge Demon known as the Bostonian. The car was originally out of New England. It's a ode to an era that, as he just said, I never grew up in. My father was a drag racer in New England, third generation of doing this. And we built, in current form, a modified Eliminator clone. This car's got a 398 cubic inch small block based on a TA 340. Chrysler guys hate me for it, but we put concrete in it. We overbored it, and it was a virgin block when we started. It's got a set of aluminum Edelbrock heads on it, ported way too much to a W2 pattern. We went ahead and got a Wyand tunnel ram, pair of twin Hollies on it, and then the part that really aggravates most people, especially in super gas, where we will run this car at national events and divisionals, is a Doug Nash 4+1. So it is stick shift, 3 pedals. As you see the car as it sits, 2,700 pounds, we'll run 9.7s, all in if we did go ahead and run it out the back door. The new motor and the new driveline that's going in it is actually going to be upping this car to 1970 to 72 Pro Stock era. We're going ahead with a twin plug, 430 cubic inch Hemi that's based on a Callie's block, stage 5, Mopar Performance heads. It's going to have an A833 Prep by Liberty gears in it. Back with our Dana 60 by Strange still. Car's getting the whole front end completely taken off. Aluminum and fenders, similar to Alan Vanke's car. Butch Leal's one of those. And then we'll go ahead and glass it, repaint it, and put it 100% back to the way it was in the early 70s. So hoping to run 9s with it. Hit some divisionals, hit some bracket races. We've started bracket racing in New England Dragway. Brian Loans, the announcer, knows us from back in the day. We were a couple punk kids that were growing up in that area, and then went down to Texas, and that's where it earned the name the Bostonian.
And word on the street is also, speaking of Mopars, obviously, great Mopar here. You're trying to buy some parts off Mr. 4Speed himself, Herd McCandless.
Oh, I would love to get some parts from Mr. 4Speed's cars. I have one of the Sox and Martin twin distributors, actually. That was one of the parts. I've have a few things left over from Tricky Brignolo's Plaything, a couple Motown missile parts scattered throughout, and a few other pieces that are just, kind of come back. Because this car, as you know, you can't really race the originals. You can't race the ones. They belong in a museum. They've earned their keep. This one didn't. This one gets the opportunity to go racing, show a generation like myself that these cars run. These cars are just as good as your Street Outlaws, your, YouTube, whatever you're seeing nowadays. They just as good, just as loud. This thing's 14-to-1 compression, NA making 700 horse at the flywheel.
And what's cool, speaking of Street Outlaws cars, we're back and forth on that type of stuff on going bracket racing, but you can't always have one of these because they just don't exist anymore. You can always have a pro mod because you can build it. They just develop it in a shop, parts, tubing, put them all together. This car doesn't exist anymore. So it's great to see a car like this earning its keep, which is already earned, but getting a new life, I guess you could say.
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely. This car's earning its keep. It's getting a new lease on life, and it shows that it can be built at home. This car itself was built by me in a dirt floor tent in Massachusetts when I was 14. Started on it, and 31 now. So,
well, that's what we always say, man. I tell people all the time, at the end of the day, Pat Musey's one of the greatest engine builders of all time. Pat Musey didn't just show up one day knowing how to build motors. He just goes out there, learns a little more, and I'm sure if we find him around here later today, he'll be telling us he's still learning stuff to this day. But this car is proof that, like you said, you just keep working, elbow grease, you can have something like this. So I appreciate you talking to us and everything about this. Love to hear more about the car whenever it ends up getting out at the track. And
yeah, we'll be out 2024 season.
Yeah, CCRA in North Carolina does modified Eliminator, just saying.
Hey,
so,
we'll be out there.
Thank you, sir.